In the untamed highlands and coastal villages of Papua New Guinea, where storytelling shapes the fabric of society, traditions have now been overshadowed by the digital age in weaving the threads of society. A peculiar urban legend has taken root and flourished for nearly 4 decades. This is the urban legend of Sir Iambakey Okuk, a polarizing figure in PNG's political history who, according to whispers, did not die of liver cancer in 1986 as officially recorded. Instead, the story goes, he was kidnapped by shadowy forces, taken away to Rome, and imprisoned in the Vatican, where he remains alive, serving some mysterious purpose under the watchful eye of his captors. This video dives deep into the origins of this enduring urban legend, exploring why it persists in Papua New Guinea's collective imagination and examining what it reveals about the nation's cultural and social landscape. To understand the legend, we must first start with the man. Sir Iambakey Okuk was born on May 5, 1945, in Simbu Province, a region nestled in PNG's rugged Central Highlands. Culminating to becoming known as the man with 7 brains, Okuk was a political dynamo whose charisma, intellect and audacity made him a household name in PNG politics. A grassroots organizer turned statesman, he journeyed from humble beginnings to becoming one of Papua New Guinea's most influential leaders during its transition from colonial rule to independence in 1975. He served as Deputy Prime Minister, PNG's first Minister for Agriculture and Fisheries, then held multiple portfolios including transport and primary industries, while repeatedly enforcing the opposition bench with a fiery resolve. Okuk's career was marked by bold moves and controversy. He protested discriminatory labour practices in the 1960s over unfair wages between locals and expats, challenged the Australian colonial administration and, after independence, orchestrated a coalition of minority factions to topple the government twice, briefly ascending to the role of Deputy Prime Minister. His outspokenness and strategic brilliance earned him both admirers and enemies, while his flamboyant style, often clad in colourful attire and unafraid to bark at corruption, cemented his reputation as Papua New Guinea's most colourful and controversial politician. On November 14, 1986, Okuk succumbed to liver cancer at the age of 41. His death shocked the nation. As a government minister at the time, he was accorded Papua New Guinea's first state funeral, a grand affair that saw his body flown to major towns for public viewing before burial in Kundiawa. Yet, the morning was marred by chaos. Riots erupted, sorcery was suspected, and a profound sense of loss gripped the country, unprecedented in its intensity. It was in this emotional crucible that the seeds of an urban legend were sown. The official narrative states that Okuk died in a hospital bed, his body laid to rest after a state-sanctioned farewell. But for a certain portion of Papua New Guinean society, the story didn't end there. The legend persists that Okuk's death was faked, a meticulously staged deception by foreign powers, with the Vatican as the epicenter. According to believers, Okuk's brilliance as a politician and his unyielding advocacy for PNG's sovereignty caught the attention of a clandestine Vatican organization. Rather than let him die, they kidnapped him, faked his death, and whisked him away to Rome, where he has been held captive ever since, forced to lend his intellect to some secretive global agenda. The evidence cited by proponents is circumstantial, yet compelling to those predisposed to believe. During the state funeral, Okuk's body was heavily guarded by police and military personnel, and, according to some accounts, no one, not even his immediate family, was allowed to approach or touch the casket. This secrecy fueled speculation. Rumours swirled that the body on display was a decoy, a stand-in wax dummy to conceal the truth of his abduction. The Vatican, an institution steeped in mystery and centuries of intrigue, became the perfect setting for this conspiracy. In the legend, Okuk is not merely a prisoner, but an unwilling advisor, his mind harnessed by his captors. Some versions claim he's been injected with mind-altering chemicals or physically transformed, rendering him unrecognizable even to his loved ones. Others suggest he occasionally escapes, returning to PNG in disguise, speaking Tok Pisin or his native Tok Ples, only to vanish again when his captors come hunting. The legend's origins can be traced to a blend of historical, cultural and emotional factors. Okuk's death came at a pivotal moment in PNG's young history. Just over a decade into independence, the nation was grappling with its identity, navigating the tension between modernity and tradition, and wrestling with the lingering influence of colonial powers. Okuk, a fierce nationalist who once turned the tables on the Australian administration, embodied the hope of a self-reliant PNG. His premature demise felt like a theft, not just of a man, but of a future. In this context, the idea that he didn't die but was taken away offered a psychological band-aid. Urban legends often arise to explain the inexplicable or to preserve what a society cannot bear to lose. For Papua New Guineans, Okuk's abduction to Rome became a way to keep his spirit alive, a refusal to let go of a leader who represented their aspirations. The Vatican's inclusion may stem from its global mystique, amplified by PNG's strong Christian identity, with Catholicism a significant presence, and its distance, making it an exotic, untouchable realm where such a fantastical tale could plausibly unfold. Culturally, PNG's rich tradition of storytelling and belief in the supernatural provided fertile ground. Despite widespread Christianity, many Papua New Guineans retained faith in spirits, sorcery and customary beliefs. The suspicion of sorcery in Okuk's death, coupled with the riots and unrest, blurred the line between reality and myth. The legend of his imprisonment could be seen as a modern evolution of these beliefs, blending traditional skepticism of official narratives with contemporary conspiracy theories imported from the West. Nearly 40 years after his death, the legend of Sir Iambakey Okuk in Rome endures, passed down through generations and reignited in casual conversations, like those overheard on a PMV bus or over a beer. Its persistence speaks to several enduring dynamics in PNG's social and cultural landscape. Okuk's larger-than-life persona keeps him relevant. Known for his quick wit, debating prowess, and decisions like securing Air New Guinea for PNG, he remains a benchmark for leadership in a country where many feel that modern-day politicians fall short. The legend amplifies his mystique, transforming him into an immortal figure who transcends society through storytelling. Second, the legend reflects a deep-seated mistrust of authority, a legacy of colonial rule and post-independence governance challenges. The restricted access to Okuk's body during his funeral fed into a broader narrative of secrecy and manipulation by those in power, whether the PNG government, foreign entities, or both combined. In a nation where corruption and political intrigue are rife, the idea that a beloved leader was taken by external forces resonates as a plausible alternative to the official story. Third, the myth serves a social function, uniting communities through shared storytelling. In Papua New Guinea, where oral tradition is a cornerstone of culture, tales like Okuk's imprisonment become communal touchstones, debated and embellished over time. They offer entertainment, yes, but also a way to process collective grief and assert agency over a history shaped by outside forces. The Vatican twist adds an element of global intrigue, elevating a local hero to a player on the world stage. Finally, the legend persists because it's adaptable, and like all good folklore, it evolves with the teller. Some say Okuk advises the Pope. Others claim he's part of a secret council controlling world governments. These variations keep the story fresh, inviting new generations to ponder its truth. While the legend captivates, Sir Iambakey Okuk's real legacy is equally compelling. His daughter, Niggelmoro Okuk, has taken steps to preserve it, returning from the United States in 2024 to produce a film retracing her father's footsteps. This project, reported by The National, promises to bring his story to newer and younger audiences, grounding it in historical fact rather than myth. Yet, the legend's allure ensures that even this effort will be viewed through its lens, with some wondering if it's a coded message. Okuk's tangible contributions, his role in PNG's independence, his economic reforms, his mentorship of future leaders, stand as testaments to his impact. The Highlands Highway bears his name, a physical reminder of his vision. But the legend adds a layer of immortality that no monument can match, ensuring his name endures not just in stone, but in the imagination of a nation. The legend of Sir Iambakey Okuk, abducted to Rome, is a tapestry woven from grief, pride, and the irrepressible spirit of Papua New Guinea. Its origins lie in the chaos of his death and the brilliance of his life, its persistence fueled by a culture that thrives on storytelling and a society that cherishes its heroes. What it reveals is a nation at a crossroads, modern yet traditional, local yet global, mourning yet defiant. Whether he lies in Kundiawa or lingers in the Vatican, Sir Iambakey Okuk remains one of the biggest urban legends in PNG folklore, not in body perhaps, but in the hearts and minds of those who refuse to let him go. In the end, the legend is less about Rome and more about PNG itself, a land where the past is never truly past, and the extraordinary is always possible. The Okuk name still lingers in the hearts of many Papua New Guineans, a testament to his enduring appeal.